Hey everybody, it's your man Type coming to you with another true spook story. Now, before we begin, I would like to share something with you guys. I have 2,100 subscribers and I get almost 25,000 hours of watch time. When I ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot that I can keep on doing these things. So if you're thinking not robbery, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It means a great deal to me. Thank you in advance. Now, this story is going to take place off Ivy Lane in Lake Man Garden Apartments. Uh, they used to be called Lake Man Garden Apartments. Now they're called Ivy on the Lakes. Right across from Big B grocery store off Ivy Lane Road, right before you get to Riley Street. You can't miss it. It sits on your left hand side if you're headed to Raleigh, and it sits on your right hand side if you're headed down to Old Winter Road. I want to give you the geographical location. I'm trying not to let my accent come out, good people. So this story is gonna involve this one girl. Her real name is Jackie. I'm not gonna say her last name. She's a well-known person in the Orlando area. Now, let me give you a description of Jackie. Jackie, a very unique body style. To put it in perspective, you ever seen one of the white girls and girls that has like very big breast, but a very small frame, not too much ass, just enough to let you know she can sit down without hurting herself, and the hips does so you can slap them if you wanted to. That there, she had really big breasts and a really slim frame. Now, back in the day, for a black girl sister to be shaped like this, she wasn't that sought after by the brothers in the community. She wasn't that sought after. But, she had it going on in her own little way, and she was very much in shape, good looking sister. So, well, not a good looking sister, just a very fly, shapely sister. I'm going to say it like that. Well, Jackie was not so good looking in the face. And when I say not so good looking in the face, she was motherfucking ugly. It is what it is. She had a banging body, but that bitch did not look good in no way, form, or fashion. You would have to look at her anatomy just to get a sense of, okay, maybe we can rock with you. Maybe I can hit you. But if I look up at your face, I'm not gonna be too happy looking at, you know, bug eyes, buck tooth, and I ain't even gonna describe it like that because I don't want no fuck shit from the viewers. She was not cute, but she had an awesome body. Now, Jackie was known to get around. She was known as a neighborhood hoe because, let's face it, she was slim, and she had big breasts when none of the other girl was developing, and she was just there. But her face was ugly, so the neighborhood dudes, they would low key go hit her at night, and they would make her feel good, but they never wanted to walk with her to the store, to the corner store, or nothing. Never wanted to hold her hand, never wanted to treat her like a human being. They would just late night creep thing, or sneak in the apartment, in the house and everything while ain't nobody looking, and everybody kept their mouth shut. Nobody said anything about like, hey, we banging down Jackie. Nobody said nothing. So one day, before I get to the craziness, Jackie had moved into the apartment of the succubus that had sex with me when I turned 18. She had moved into that apartment upstairs right by the basketball court, and she was living there. And her parents lived around there, but she had ended up getting an apartment in the same complex her family did, Lake Vanguard, Ivy on the Lake. So Jackie moved in that apartment. So, people used to go up there and creep and hit on the low, drug dealers, everybody. I'm going to say I'm the only one that didn't attempt to hit her. Granted, I was dating somebody at the time, but still, I just couldn't look at the motherfucker too long without, like, saying, what the fuck? I'm petty, y'all, and my Baron petty, too. So, when it came up like that, and, oh, God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. So the guys was going up there knocking her down, left and right, bump, 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 bump. And she had developed a complex about herself because she knew she wasn't cute in the face. She knew she had a body. She knew she wasn't cute. So she had started eating a lot, like supplemented. And went, because I think she was about 20, 23, 22, 23. She had started eating a lot, walking to the stove, walking down the Magic Fry, getting all the chicken and wings and shit. And she was just eating a lot, to supplement what was going on. Now, the dudes that was screwing her, they were dropping money off at her left and right. Now, she had a little job working at Popeyes over there off of Bruton Boulevard, but they were dropping cash on her, to keep her quiet. And she knew the rule, she come up there, she get fucked. They drop some cash off, they be quiet, and she didn't tell nobody. Now, this bitch could have had a black book out of this world that could have had a lot of the dope boys fighting their old ladies, but she wasn't like that. She understood the rules, she understood the assignment. So let's get into the creep mode of this shit, right? So one day, as I told you, Jackie used to walk up the road, and by her living by herself, she found this mirror that was on the side of the road in the trash. Like somebody threw it out their house. And so she said, So she found this mirror sitting on the side of the road. So, she young and she cheap and shit. And she let me go in this abandoned house. And she went in the abandoned house looking around, and she saw a couple other knickknacks and shit that was somebody left in the house. So she ended up getting the knickknacks, or coming back to get the knickknacks. So she was like, hey, Tyke, what it is? I say, what's going on? She say, hey, well, you and your boy EJ, y'all go down there and get that mirror for me, bring it up here. So we like, okay, EJ was laughing. EJ like, dude, I'm gonna hit the bitch. And I'm like, man, let that girl go, man. Everybody's screwing her. I'm like, man, that bitch too ugly to fuck anyway. Like, that bitch fine. Dude, help me get it, and then I'll take it up there to the house. You can just go ahead and leave, and I can end up fucking her. I say, have it your way, homeboy. So we walk up the road, and so I help him bring the mirror back to her house. So she get the mirror, she cleaned the mirror up real good, looking good. She done painted the bitch, put a little paint around the motherfucker. She did a rehab job on the mirror, really good. So now, all of a sudden, Jackie done started losing weight. She getting back down to her original body shape, original body figure, where she had the, slim waist, slim everything, little ass, little hips, but just big titties, because she had started eating a lot. She developed a habit because people were just using her for her body, and she started getting depressed. So eventually she started slimming back down and started looking a fuckload better in the face. Like, damn, I'm looking down. It don't look so bad today. You stare at somebody long enough, you start seeing the cuteness in them. You're probably looking at her elbow, looking at her ear, some shit, and you're like, that's cute. She probably had a cute shape. I don't know. But the motherfucker started looking real good in the face. So I'm like, damn. Now, she had the mirror in her house for like 3-4 months. At night, she doing it. So I said, I'm curious. So I'm standing out there and I'm selling dope and shit, and I'm trying to make a little money. So late night, I see Papa Ganna. Go up there to her house. Papa Ganna, he was old built dude, 6'7", built, light skin, gold teeth. I see Papa Ganna go up there. Papa Ganna was always old buff ass, tooth chipping ass nigga. So Papa Ganna, he go up there. So Papa Ganna end up, going up there on a regular basis. I'm like, okay, so I say, Papa Ganna must have wiped a bit. So, okay, cool. So we laughing at Papa Ganna behind his back, because we wouldn't laugh in his face. This bit was huge. So Papa Ganna going up there, and Papa Ganna hanging out there on a regular. So all of a sudden, Papa Ganner done start losing weight. He losing his muscle tone. I mean, he ain't big no more. I'm like, damn, Papa Ganner losing. I say, damn, that nigga falling off. Cause that was the term back in the day. I say, damn, that nigga falling off. Damn. So we ain't saying it to his face, but we like, damn, this bitch went from 260 solid muscle, down to like like 220, and that bitch was thin, and he was thin and bad, y'all. We thought he had the aid or the bug or something. So, Papa Ganner, what it is, man? You good? He like, yeah, I'm finna go up here and see Jackie. I say, that's your lady now, homeboy? I say, I'm just gonna warn you. I say, she about bitten tonight. She be fucking a lot of cat dog. Don't get caught up in the little spaghetti coon. And he like, no, we got a deal, man. We know what's up. Shit, we fuck here now. I just chill. I just come back here up and dance. I be sleeping at her shit. We chilling. We good people. I said, all right. And I ain't want to say, dog, you looking shitty. But, he was. So now all of a sudden, she looking good. She looking good, man. I mean, she looking good. Face, the skin done cleared up. Lips ain't so big. Teeth ain't so gapped and spaced out and shit. She looking good. And I'm like, damn. So everybody in the neighborhood like, okay, shit, now I want to hit the bitch. So everybody like they want to hit. I'm like, I'm still straight, bro. I say something ain't right with that picture. She living in that house with the old demon bitch used to live in there that fucked me. I say, and then she done found some mirror on the side of the road. I say, I don't trust that shit. So they was like, man, you tripping, and take you on that dumb shit, man. Stop being all spooky, making us scared to hit. I'm going to hit. So Keith, all my homeboys, back to back, they going up there knocking her down. Bow, bow. I'm sitting down there like, man, y'all crazy. So, but it was cool. They were going up there hitting her, because while they was going up there hitting her, I'm still on the block selling dope, making my money. So all the jugs coming to me. So, bitch, y'all keep on fucking and dumping. Bitch, I'm making that cheese. So one day, I think this was like in July. It was in July. I went to the laundromat to wash, and I was washing some clothes. And she come in there, and she washing her clothes. And she like, hey, Tight, what's up, man? I say, what's going on? She say, how come you never be flirting with me? How come you ain't never let me sample that meat? No. I say, I'm straight. I say, I go with Young G over there, I ain't gonna say my girlfriend's name at the time. I say, me and Young G been going together since I got out of high school and shit. We chilling. And she like, I ain't gonna say nothing, but you the only nigga I can't get. I say, I'm straight, mama. And I say, well, I'll give you a hug. How about that? So I gave her a hug. She pressed me and all that shit, She trying to cop a feel on the meat. So I said, okay. So I'm like, man, you done started looking good. I said, your skin done cleared up and everything. I said, what regiment? She say, I found the magic recipe. I found the youth or something. I don't know, but I'm feeling good, baby. I said, all right. I said, you got to tell me. I said, I'm going to be old one day. You got to, let me know. She said, I'll tell you one day. I'll tell you when you come up there and get in that bed. I said, so you not laughing? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight, mom. I say, but you be good. So years passed, 2, 3, 4 years. Now she in her like 27, 28. She looking stunning now with her body. Now she getting muscle tone. She done upgraded her car. She making a little money. She ain't working at Popeyes on Bruton no more. She done graduated and she working at like a call center or something. She doing real good for herself. Nah, Papa Ganner, he done moved on, went to prison or some shit. I think he got caught up in some shit and he went to prison. So now she started dealing with another dude named Travis. And Travis, he was known as a Hollywood big boy. So Travis doing his thing. Man, let me tell you something. Travis started falling off. And I say, nah, this is a coincidence. So I say, Grandma, something going on up in that motherfucker house, man. I say, something going on. I say, that's the same witch lady you knocked on the door and put that plant and told her ass to get the fuck on. And Grandma said, oh, somebody else done moved in that bitch house? That demonic shit. I say, it's another girl and she's sexing a lot of men. My grandma say, that house carry a lot of sexual spirits in it. And I say, well, she living in there and she hunching everybody. My grandma say, you fucked her? No, Grandma, I promise I didn't. I say, she don't smell right. Grandma like, well, don't you be sitting out there trying to run dick in that bitch. And you better make sure you tell your uncle them not to fuck her either. Because if I find out here one of y'all fucking her, I'm going to kill you. I say, Grandma, trust me. I ain't that hard up for no nut. She said, you better not motherfucking be. So, nah, we sitting up there, and grandma eyeballing the bed. Now, grandma come to my mama house where I'm at. Grandma eyeballing the apartment again. Grandma just couldn't shake it. So grandma went up there and knocked on the door. Hey, honey, how you doing? Did you got any sugar? Grandma didn't need nothing. She just went up there being nosy as fuck. Grandma was nosy, y'all. So she go up there, she being nosy. Grandma say, ooh, can I come here? And she's like, you got your house set up so good. Look, you got your curtains up and draped. Grandma just complimented her. So grandma say, show me how you living, girl. So she walked grandma around, and then she tell grandma about the mirror that me and EJ helped carry up the stair. She said, where you got the mirror from? She said, we got the mirror up the little abandoned house off of Fanny Avenue up the road. And she said, oh, Fanny. Okay. She said, okay, then that's all I need to know. Y'all be good. If you need anything, I'm right down there. So Jackie thought she had a friend. Grandma ain't her friend, y'all. So grandma came down and she say, hey, Tyke, did y'all go inside that house over there off of Fanny? I say, no. No, I didn't go in there. She say, Jackie said y'all came up there and y'all brought a mirror to her. I said, yeah, the mirror was on the side of the road in front of the house, and I just picked it up because EJ started screwing her after we brought the mirror up there, grandma. And she like, well, that bitch done fucked up. I say, what you mean? She say, you don't ever pick up no mirror off the side of the goddamn road. You don't ever pick up a mirror off the side of the road. I said, what you mean by that, grandma? She said, do you know when bitches look in mirrors, then they cast all the doubts and insecurities and fears and everything, all the bad shit that come there? Because when a bitch look in the mirror, they never really see themselves for what it is. They see the horrible side. And when you discard a mirror from your house, you break that bitch. I say 7 years of bad luck. I'm not doing it. She say, just break it and pour some cold and run some cold water on it for 7 minutes. That'll get rid of the shit. I say, okay. I say, well, I ain't got no mirror in my house like that, grandma. I say, well, she said, so have you looked in that bitch mirror? I said, grandma, I haven't even been in her house. So grandma say, well, we got to stop that bitch from letting people stay in that mirror. I say, why you say that? She said, you don't see how young that girl looking? How she acting like everybody else? And how she taking on personality traits of all the dope boys? And how she done start selling dope herself? And I say, that girl ain't selling no dope. I would have known. And all of that stuff like that. And last but not least, grandma was right. She had started selling dope herself. So I said, okay. So I said, grandma, tell me what's going on. So here we go, people. I'm finna tell y'all the creepy shit. So grandma sat us down, sat me down, cousin, my brother, my uncle. She sat us down and she was telling us about the mirror thing. So this how it go. So she said back when she lived in Georgia, like her mother, which was like Bayesian American Indian, you know, the Indian version of the Bayesians. She said her mother told her never to pick up a mirror. And I'm like, why? And she said because her mother used to sit up there and sacrifice animals in front of the mirror, or they used to do ritual work and use a mirror to do it. And she said, you never know what's going on in a bitch house. And then I say, so what happened? She say, so as she was young, after they would do ritual work with mirrors, totally good mirrors, they would have to get the mirrors out of the house. They would have to get the mirrors out of the house and throw them away because the demons and the souls or all the negative shit get trapped in the mirror just due to the simple fact that it was used in spell work. So I didn't know. So she said, so I'm finna give you guys a spell in here too. So pay attention. If you're trying to cast a demon out of somebody, you want to show the person who you're casting the demon, or if you're trying to get some issues out of somebody's life or something, you would show them themselves in the mirror looking ugly and all that, and you will always see, they'll never say get that mirror away from me. They'll stare at the mirror and they'll be making all kind of funny faces and making noises because they'll be talking to themselves. And right then, before you start doing your prayer, your saging, or your holy water, or putting anything on them, whatever your cleaning ritual is that you're doing to cast a demon out of somebody, you want to take a black cloak and cover the mirror as soon as they get engaged talking to themselves. You want to take the black cloak and you want to cover the mirror, and then you want to break it while it's inside of the black cloak. Right then and there, you trap the evil thing in there, well, the essence of the evil thing in there. This is what Grandma told me. So I was like, oh shit. I said, Grandma, that's too much, man. I said, I'm not finna be toting no giant ass mirror around. She said, it take more than 3 people. Didn't I tell you it was the group of us doing the damn shit? Say it was my uncle, my mama. It was a group of us, and this is what I was seeing, and she taught me. So I'm just saying, if you do it, bitch, do it like this. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, damn, y'all so thick. I say, we not thick. I say, we just don't do shit like this. So we all picking at Grandma and shit, having fun. Grandma tripping on us. Shut up. So I'm like, I'm finna steal your back, Grandma. She like, you get your ass out of here. Leave my Levi Garrett Red Man Golden Blend alone. And we'll like, steal your spit cup too. Try it, you bitch. And we'll go to laughing and shit. But back to the story. I love my grandma. So Grandma had already told me what was going down. So I said, Grandma, so what do you think going on with her in the mirror? Because we did find it in the abandoned house. And you telling us that, you know, people do rituals with these type of mirrors, and it's garbage shit over there, you know, and evidently you know something about the house on Fanny Avenue. And she was like, well, from what you telling me, she's saying, how you telling me how all the dope boys sitting out there losing their mind, going crazy, going to jail, can't hold money in their pocket, and all of them sitting up there trimming the fuck out of her. Say that she must be fucking them in the mirror, like sex magic in them in the mirror. I say, you can have sex magic in the mirror? She say, if she's sitting out there and she got a demon in her and she fucking sucking and riding them in that mirror like she a goddamn cowgirl, and then they sitting out there too stupid to my, ooh, it's good, and don't know that while she riding on them, she dropping them demons and sucking their life for it and putting it in the mirror. I say, but she don't break it. She say, cause she ain't trying to break it. When they leave, she probably dance in it naked, walk around in it, like mold her face like Play-Doh. I say, you can do that? She say, bitch, you need to wake up. Say, these pretty hoes ain't pretty for no reason. This is the type of shit they be doing. I say, pretty girls do this? She say, all of them. I say, come on, Grandma. I say, some people natural pretty. She say, how you think old bitches stay looking young? You ever seen a lady in her 70s and she look like she a 35-year-old, 45-year-old? Say, this is what they doing, mirror magic, whether you believe it or not. So I'm like, whoa, that's heavy. So I say, all right, Grandma, bet. So Grandma done told me about this shit. So now I'm looking at Jackie sideways. So I'm like, Jackie, I say, you painted that mirror, right? Yeah. I say, how you got it set up right now? I say, I want to take a look at that mirror. So I was finna go in there and I finna take a look so I can report back to Grandma. Listen, Jackie had candles all around that bitch like in one of them horror movies where they conjuring up spell. She had like the white candle with the wax melting down on the side of the bitch. And you could tell she had been doing this for years because the candle wax had a long running train. And she like, oh, I just love fucking in the candlelight. And she say, I be looking at myself in the mirror. She say, tight, come let me look at you in the mirror while I put this pussy on you. I said, no, sweetie, it ain't happening. So I say, maybe next time. I say, you know, I'm in a rush. I gotta get to work and shit. I ain't have no job. She knew that. She knew I was blowing off. I said, I gotta get to work. I start a little job at the gas station. She like, all right, don't worry, I'm gonna get you one day. I'm shaking my head. Hell nah, bitch. Grandma already helped me to the script. So now I go back and tell Grandma. I say, Grandma, she got melted wax and everything around them shits. I say, I think you right. She say, I know I'm motherfucking right. She say, what you doing in the bitch place? I said, Grandma, I went up there to report back to you. I promise I ain't touching. She said, you better not. So now I'm looking at my homeboy EJ. EJ, buff ass black dude, he done started slimming down, losing weight. EJ starting to look like an old man. EJ at least 3-4 years younger than me, and this bitch had more gray hair. To this day, he got more gray hair than I ever can. And he started looking like a grown ass man, an old ass man, way back then. Then EJ end up going to prison for doing something stupid. And guess what EJ go to prison for? Sitting up there telling the bitch she ugly. And he kept talking to the girl, like cursing the girl a lot. And to the point he ended up slapping the girl. And he went to jail for domestic violence plus other dope charges he had on him. So I said, Grandma, I think the lady taking our black men out. And Grandma said, what you want me to do about it? That ain't my business. I said, Grandma, do whatever you need to do. So Grandma said, well, if you go back up there tight, could you grab some of her clothes and shit? Let's put an end to this. I said, all right. So I say, hey, Jackie, let me come up there. I said, let me come up there and get some of that puss, baby. I said, it's been 4-5 years I've been seeing you walk around a bit. You looking cute, looking pretty, you fine. Let me hit. She's like, bet. She said, come on my house like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So I told Grandma. Grandma sitting down in the Buick waiting for me to go up there and bring something down. So I shoot up there to her house. I put on a little cologne and shit. I'm all fresh out the shower, smelling like baby powder. So I'm sitting up there, and I go up there, I'm flirting, rubbing on her ass. At least I got to feel on some ass and tits, you know what I'm saying? I ain't get to hit her. So I go up there, and I'm like, okay. So she said, let me go to the bathroom and get right. Say, I got to get the pee out of me, bitch, because I'm finna ride you. And she like, ooh, I already got the mirror set up. I got the candle. I got the light. And I'm like, all right, that's what's up. Grandma had already told me when I get up in there, grab anything out of her drawer, anything out of the dirty laundry basket, anything out of her drawer, as long as it was a piece of her clothes. And Grandma say, what I need to do is wipe the mirror down. Because the mirror kind of was dusty, not dirty. Had a couple of spots in there from like popping candle wax. Grandma say, just wipe her clothes across that mirror and like hide it, put it in your bag, your pocket, whatever. So when she went to the bathroom, I sprang into action, opened up a drawer. Good thing it was a panty drawer. So, and I got the grandma panties and shit, the ones that the girls wear when they, cleaning themselves on the mud. So I know they had cotton fabric. So I grabbed them and I wiped the mirror down real quick. I'm just. So I hit a toilet flush in the water. She washed her hand. She coming out. So now I done stuffed her underwear in my pocket after wiping down the mirror. And I say, I'm going to get a little extra. So then I like wiped it across the wax too. So I wrapped it up, put it in my pocket. I said, give me 1 second. I ain't bring my condoms up here. Let me go downstairs and get them. She said, you better not run. You better come back. I said, I will. So I go downstairs. And I said, and I don't come back. I'm sitting down there. I say, I got to get this money. I say, I just got a call. They want some money. I say, we can do this shit another day. And my money important. I'm coming up with every excuse. She like, you with that bullshit. I'm going to get you one day. And she like, you make me sick. Laughing, saying that type of shit. So I get down there, Grandma right there. So she see me hop in the car. Me and Grandma bend the corner. And Grandma hauling ass fast, too. I love Grandma when she bend that corner in that Buick. So we go up the road. So we pull in front of Big B, and Grandma say, you got it? And I gave it to her. Grandma say, all right, I'll take care of this bitch. So now, Grandma done went home, then did something, whatever she did, I don't know. She ain't tell me. So she come back to me. She say, now what I want you to do, go back up there, and I want you to put these drawers right back where you found them. You remember? She say, will your mind let you do that? I said, yes, ma'am. So now, this time, I'm coming back up to Jackie crib, so either I'm going to show and prove or nothing. So I go back up. I say, Jackie, I just knock on the door. Jackie, let me in. I say, nigga, I got a little time. So she was like, I ain't ready. I ain't take no shower. I ain't did shit. Come on in here. Don't worry. Come on in here. I'll light the candles in a second. Let me jump in the shower. I'm like, cool. So she go in there and she get in the shower. While she getting clean, I done fold the drawers back up, and I done put them in there. And lo and behold, she came out the bathroom. She say, you make me sick. So I'm thinking I'm caught. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? I said, what I did to you? She's like, boy, my period just came down. I say, no. I say, listen, I'm trying to give you this meat, but you tripping. I say, nah, it's on you. She's like, oh, you make me sick. So I say, you got some period draws? So I took the period draws out of the same one. They were just fate. I'm telling you, destiny. So I say, go ahead, put these period draws on. Let me rub on your booty before I go. And she like, oh, don't go nowhere. I want to walk you to the door. So I waited. She put on the underwear, put on a little pad, whatever she did, her woman duty in the bathroom, put on the same one Grandma gave her. So she walked me to the door, and she like kissed me all on the neck and shit. And I'm like, "Ooh, girl, that's my spot." I'm saying all kind of shit, cause I know I'm finna buck out the door. Man, next thing you know, that girl said my stomach hurt so bad. So she got in her little Toyota Corolla or Nissan, whatever the fuck it was. She got in that bitch and she started going to work, and she was like coming home like, my stomach so, my body hurt, my muscles aching, and she just kept saying that. So now she not looking so good as she was. I mean, she started converting back to being ugly, like just an ugly girl with a banging body. So all the dope boys at the store that had hit her, and I kid you, I can't make this shit up, people. I wish I could tell you their name, but I ain't finna go that far with these stories because they 100% true. These people start getting released from 33rd. 33rd is our county jail. They start getting released from 33rd, like charges that start getting dropped. They start coming home from prison. People like, hey man, you know Papagena, they finna let him go. They dropped the charges. You know Papagena, he done got swole again. That nigga done swole. Then they were like, Junior swole. And I'm like, so everybody she had fought with, they had started gaining their weight back. They had started gaining they good looks back and all that shit. And I'm like, damn. So she was like, something ain't right. So I guess she went back to the mirror and she was lighting the candles, and nobody from the neighborhood would go back up there and fuck her. You know, she had been ran through for one. And second, nobody wanted to deal with that shit because, you know, we done spread the word, the bitch, in the like stealing people's souls and energy and shit. And you know, in the community, we knew what that shit was. So nobody wanted to hit her. So she only dick she would get from random people from like a pop girl, or she would go to Sanford and get one or two from there. But the regulars wasn't there. The energy that she was circulating around, it wasn't on a regular basis, so she couldn't maintain doing that mirror magic, that sex magic in the mirror to keep herself looking younger, to make herself pretty. However, so she just start like getting ugly again. So now she dealing with the low level cats, you know, the young boys that's just looking for a shot of ass to hit an older woman and shit like that. And she not so cute in the face, so everybody like laughing at her. She a clown, she a joke now. So with that right there being said all day long, grandma was like, that's good for the bitch. Now this lasted for like 6 months. She had been doing this shit for like 5 years, but it lasted for like 6 months. So all of a sudden she lose apartment because she couldn't maintain the job and all that stuff. So she getting evicted. So she was like, hey Tyke, you want to help me get rid of this mirror? And I realized, and I remember what grandma said. I say, first thing I say, let me go get a plastic garbage bag so I could cover the mirror up before I touch it and shit. She like, why? I say, please. And I say, you want my help? This how I'm gonna do it. She like, okay. So what I did was I put the plastic glad bag over the bitch, and I hit it. Bring, bring. I like punched it. She like, why you broke that mirror? That was a good mirror. That was a good mirror. I said, where you gonna put it? You were taking it to your new crib? She like, nah, I'm putting it on the trash. Somebody else can use it. I say, nah. I said, no, nobody need to use this devilish shit. She like, what you talking about? I said, you had all the motherfucking candles burning. I said, you probably doing some witch magic. And she like, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. And I ain't tell her that grandma already told me the deal. So I broke the mirror. She was a little heated, but you know, she was getting evicted, so she didn't give a shit. You know, it just was trash to her at that time. She probably was gonna do something else with it. So we helped her move her shit on the trash, on the pile. Broke the mirror. I'm feeling good about myself. I go and I get the water hose, and I like extend the water hose because the trash was right there by our little apartment. So I'm shooting the water hose from across the fence on the shit for 7 minutes, like grandma said, while it's inside the bag and shit, wetting it all up. So after that, the whole neighborhood went back to how it was. The dope boys were dope boys. I mean, she was like, she left the neighborhood. I think she moved into Apopka. But I ain't see Jackie no more. I ain't see Jackie no more, y'all. To this day, I never seen Jackie again. But that's a story. Jackie was doing sexual mirror magic, taking people's essence and jewels and energy and putting that shit to use, getting a job, getting a car, looking pretty, getting her face right and shit. Yeah, that shit exists. So I'm gonna leave you right there and say, hey, if y'all ever see a mirror on the side of the road and y'all think that bitch nice enough for y'all to get, Y'all be motherfucking careful. Cause you got all everybody essence and energy and negativity in that bitch. And that shit just may bounce back on you. But in Jackie case, she used that shit to rip people off of their energy and their essence. So good or bad, I wouldn't try your luck. All right, everybody, I'm tight. Telling you guys, be very careful what you look for, because you just might see the true you. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.